In our country, some people do not have clothes to wear. Goonj is a non-profit organization that helps those people. I had an opportunity to understand the whole process of how they work. I took Kiara and her friend Sarah along so they would get exposure to how clothes donation works. The best part was we all got to learn more than we expected. In the process of decluttering my wardrobe and Krishna's wardrobe, there are so many clothes which I kept aside, and I have given out many clothes to my house helps family. But now there are some more which are not fitting like any of the clothes people. So I pulled out carton full of clothes to donate it to Goonj. So I spoke to them and I told them I'll be coming today. Today is Saturday. This is the carton full of clothes that we have, and Kiara drew some nice scenery inside the carton. So this is what is going to Goonj right now. I also have some bags to give away. These are old ones and new ones, which we generally don't use. So all those are also going.
Goonj is an organization works for people in rural part of India, and basic work process at Goonj is that we collect urban surpluses which can be reused by people. So you know that there is a big gap between we call urban rural. So you know urban rural, right? No. Urban is all people like you staying in Bangalore like a place, and there are places in villages people are also staying. So what happens there, in city place like city and all, you find so much of surpluses which we unnecessarily occupy. If we are not using, still like it will be lying at someone's cupboard. If you see your things if you have suppose 20 clothes, you will find like 5 clothes you are not using, and that is still in good condition, usable condition. So somebody, if you don't want to wear it, but somebody can reuse it. So Goonj actually tries to fulfill the gap between city and villages. So we collect surpluses from people like you. So it will be coming to Goonj center, and then it gets processed. Means like because we also have to match the need of what is exactly required in a village. So here people give what they have. You give what you have. But we need to give what people need. Otherwise it will not be useful for them, right? So we at this center we actually process each and every material and then actually make up different different kind of kits. So here we make different 5 types of packages as of now. One you have seen outside we are loading it, the big bags. So that is a family pack which includes clothes, some toiletries, some sanitary items, then some dry rations, some bedding material, then you will have some upcycled products like quilt and all, and then you have mosquito nets, all these things for entire family, like your family. You have 4 5 people, right? Same like in village also they have a similar type of family. So we one bag will be actually giving them some kind of material which they can use it for their home, household stuff. Then we have, if you see that side, right hand side, so we also do upcycling, recycling work, because here what comes, everything will not be usable. You know, some things will be, not in good condition, but can be upcycled. Means we can repurpose it and use it for other cause. So the bottom one, which you could see that we have school kit. So school bag is upcycled bag made out of shirt, denim, and all. Then we give them notebooks, pen, pencils, stationery, geometry boxes, and some stuffed toys, which is again out of the urban discarded material. So that is a school kit. When you go just above them, this is the Anganwadi Kit. So you must have uh, visited. Kids can play school in your early life. You find so many stuff for you to play, right? There is a only room available or place available. They do not have any attractive stuff for children to play. So, for example, like when you have grown up, so you might be having, your baby pram or tricycle or bicycle which you are not using. You can give it to Goonj. Goonj can direct it to Anganwadis, and that is a center. Kids can play school for them. So they actually take these things and then they will be very happy. So wherever we have done the distribution of it, so most of the time we hear experience that caretaker will always say that, sir, earlier kids never used to come, now they don't want to go. So that's the big difference actually with this material. Then we also do some kind of upcycling processes and all. So the third one, like out from the top, second one, that is actually those pouches you can see. So we make clothes sanitary pad. That is again a cotton pad which actually we give it to women and adolescent girl, along with undergarment which we again upcycled t-shirt, hosiery t-shirts and all, which actually we use, which are not in good condition, we upcycle. So again, we say that there is again a issue, and it is a very taboo subject. People hardly talk about that. But the fact even the pieces of cloth is needed. And if you go on Google data today, just have a sip of it.
Yes.
So you will find like only 12 to 15% women, they are fortunate and able to afford this marketable sanitary pad, and 85%, 88% women, they cannot afford it. So they use even dry leaves, newspaper, polythene, pieces of mattress, cushion, anything and everything which they feel that can absorb the liquid. So for them, like again, this is just to dignify those 4 to 5 days. We make this sanitary pad. This is reusable. This is biodegradable. Also. So we also want to somewhere take care of the global warming aspect and eco-friendly products and all. So this is all like different kind of, and we also make so many different products which are like sitting asan for the kids in the schools where there are no benches. We provide. We make quilt out of that, and if you could see behind, like we have Green by Goonj products, which is actually a urban products, and people can buy. Idea is to show how to distribute material. And now the last part is the distribution. If I talk about the things which are going outside, so this is going for a place in Raichur. So the 300 family, 302 family will be getting one kit. So it is for one family, one kit. But the distribution is not free or charity. Goonj doesn't we don't believe in charity or donation, because the moment when you use anything or if you give anything free, that doesn't have any value. If your papa will gift you, you will not value, you will pick. But if you buy and earn, definitely you will value. Program which we call it Cloth for Work program. So when we go to the community, before that we talk about their community issues and also talk about their individual issues. So we know that individual issue which we can fulfill, but community issues. So when we talk and discuss about that, so we find out some kind of issues which they face as a like sanitation drive, road repairing, or road pond cleaning kind of work. So they actually go and work. So one person from each family will come and work for a day or two, and after the work they get a kit from us. So you can see a difference. Like if they get free, obviously like it is taken for granted. But when they work, now the entire system of distribution is dignified, and they proudly say that it might be someone's donation, but I have earned that. So Goonj, we do not spread a word called donation or charity. We say that everybody is a stakeholder. Somebody is giving, somebody is processing, somebody is earning after the work which they do for their community, and they get double benefit in this way. Like one is what basic need they have, and also the community need. Because for us, like if we go and do a plantation, the percentage of survival ratio would be very less. But when we assign them and we tell them that okay, you need to plant the saplings, and every day they will pour the water and they are the caretaker. So sense of ownership also comes. So when they make it, they maintain it, and most of the time we do that with the village participation, where this is selflessly effort which they do, and you find a difference. So
When
for
this
us,
was established?
Goonj is 24-year-old organization, and
24-year-old.
18th of Feb will be completing 24. And we started with clothes, 67 pieces of clothes, and now Goonj deals with more than 10,000 tons of materials. And not only just clothes, but what you have seen at this office, right from this dining table, somebody is given to, chairs and cupboard, and everything is actually given here. Nothing we actually buy. We bought, and we also don't want to buy anything. Even all our office actually with the contribution which we collect from people. So even furniture item we take, clothes we take, and any kind of household stuff which can be reused we take. Is this a branch of So this is one of our branch office. We have our offices all across India. So it's like you can say we have head office based in Delhi. We have Bangalore, Hyderabad, Chennai, Bombay, then Kolkata, Patna also we have, Kochi also we have. So these are the city offices where we collect the resources. And we also have project offices for the village implementation. Where, as I talked about, we work for many things like distribution of kits. So the implementation happens. So we also have a local office there. So local office will be coordinating directly because it's a typical logistical management. So everything comes here, goes to after the segregation, it goes to a village. But again, like in one go in a truck, we actually send for 5-6 villages, and the activities will take place in couple of days. So we have to store it at one place, and then we have to. So we have smaller offices also across other places. So across India, we work for 31 states and union territory.
You understood, right? So how all it works. So you have a place where all these get stitched?
Yeah, so we have 4 production unit in India across. Like we have in Kochi, and we have it in Pattapuram, close to Chennai. Then we have it in Rishikesh and Delhi.
Okay.
So there are more than approx more than 500 to 600 women are actually directly working, and they're earning out of this. So many places where we have given these kind of work to the villages, not this. Making this sanitary pad, but other products, because obviously like sanitary pad there are so many parameters which we need to follow. Like we have to go through the cutting in a size of pad, and you have to sterilize, you have to wash, and you have to make sure that, because Goonj deals in bulk quantity of material, so everything comes in one vehicle. So even the pin to the soft material, everything comes. So we make sure that even there should not be rusted pin or anything like that. So everything like, so these are dedicated places where we actually do that. Apart from this, we also have like making asan, making a quilt and all, which will be given to village women to their directly their doorstep, and they will make it and give it back to Goonj, and they will earn accordingly. And these things will be, so idea is to also generate employment. It's not about just only the upcycling, recycling, but we say that we are actually working on cloth-based employment, because so many stuff here, like it's a huge lot. Like every once in a while, we actually collect and we accumulate that. We have to sell it, because ultimately our focus is not to use just for distribution, but last centuries of material should be utilized, and we make sure that everything should be consumed and not a single thing should go for the landfill. So for us, every single penny matters, that, because again, when I speak about these large volume of material dealing and all, but we somewhere parallelly we also have to realize that it's a huge logistical management, and we have to maintain the finances, because every single thing which comes here will be sorted by paid people at a paid place like this, and goes with that vehicle which you could see outside. So this is again, we have to pay the transportation cost. So we also have to simultaneously look for the financials and generate the resources, so that our scale should be wider, rather than because of resources less, you should not limit your work. So this is also important. So with material we call it money matters, and that is again, like we say that when you contribute money, you can also contribute a bit, so that we can help and maintain the entire process of system and distribution. Green the pencil buttons and penetration.
Making these products as well.
So they're making things.
Yeah.
This is shirts. These are like different clothes.
Soft copy of the receipt, you should go to your email
This is probably mats. Mm.
See, this is upcycling.
ID. Number of bags is
Yeah.
fine.
See, these are the pads.
Cotton.
And these are the underwears.
And I think
So they make into one bag with all these and they give. These are all toys. See, these toys are also made from the cloth.
the receipt of the
There were sewing machines for repairs, huge boxes with labels for the separation of clothes for washing, women, men, kids, etc. You can even see some for shoes, bags, utensils, and toys. This place is organized well. They gave me a receipt for my donation. While I was there, I have seen families and individuals coming to donate money, clothes, and other items. That's what Goonj does and what we learned. If you have anything that you do not use, you can donate them to organizations like Goonj. They are putting your unwanted items to use for the needy. Let us look around us and keep the unwanted items to give away. Let's do our part in helping others. As I always say, change starts with us. Let's be the change. Thank you for watching. I will be back with another video next week. Bye.